objections within 10 days of the election being certified, which she did. And then it says, the person whose election, that is, the person certified as the winner of the election, Mr. Rainey, shall within 10 days after receiving the notice, shall file his response, identifying those votes which he seeks to contest, and this is the critical language contained in 3-7-6, if he has any objection to the qualification of the contestant, he shall so set it forth in the response. And that's exactly what we did. So pursuant to 3-7-6, this issue is right, and in fact, it is essential to what the public policy of all these statutes reveals. The Supreme Court has said we want these issues decided as efficiently as possible before the general election. And so if her candidacy is moved under the Supreme Court interpretation of the constitutional provision, then it's appropriate for the court to decide that now. And at this juncture, then I would like to make my oral presentation about the summary judgment motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Carey. I have no qualms about allowing Mr. Payton some additional time to consult with his surveyors and to examine the lines to make his own determination of the magisterial districts. But I'm wondering if we could proceed and hear the core argument, at least on behalf of Mr. Carey, and leave the matter open. We can either schedule another hearing if we have to. Perhaps we could even do something by telephone and hear additional matters by phone, or if worse comes to worse, on the first day that we've set aside for trial, we can take it up then. I prefer not to do that, but if we have to, we may just be resignated to that. Is that agreeable with you, Mr. Payton?
Oh, sir. I can't reach to waste time on the 16th with Mr. Carey. I'm saying he is prepared to subpoena some witnesses. So long as we reserve the opportunity to rebut that or offer evidence of our own to development on the issue of the qualifications as harmless, I have no problem.
All right, thank you.
I'm not so sure how, we may end up talking about it the first day. The fight's going to be on vacation all next week. So that just leaves us that bit of the week before we get back here. And if we're doing a witness list, it's being a witness, we may end up discussing it briefly again on the 16th.
And if we do, we do. We're not that far away in terms of our scheduled trial, so if that happens, it happens. Well, let us go forward then. Mr. Carey, you may present argument or call witnesses as you deem proper.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to begin but I have self-authenticating documents of almost all these court records, Your Honor, so without the need of calling the records custodian, I believe under the rules it's appropriate simply to use a certified copy. Most of them have already been attached to the summary judgment.
I have no objection. He's got the certificate of candidacy, I understand, for Mr. Vance in the May 2006 primary election. That's an official record. I've seen it. I believe Mr. Carey also has a certificate of candidacy of Ms. Harless in the May 2010 primary election. I have no objection to that. Thank you.
All right, let's cause them to be marked, and we will admit them for our purpose here today.
Your Honor, the first exhibit, sorry, I didn't mark that. Sorry. And approach your sir. Provide you a copy of what's been offered and deemed admitted as exhibit number 1. I just want to note a couple of things about this document, Your Honor. It is the certificate of announcement for the 2006 election for the Lincoln County Commission. The candidate's name is Charles Neal Vance III. you look down to the address of his residence, and it says, do not put post office box here, he specifically identifies 12445 Laurel Fork Road as his address. And it is that address that we will show specifically falls within Magisterial District 3. A couple other things to note. He lists his mailing address as box 291. It was filed with the Lincoln County Clerk's Office as of January the 9th, 2006. It bears what purports to be the signature of Mr. Vance and is signed under oath stating that he is eligible and qualified to hold the office.
All right.
The next exhibit I would ask the court to consider tender to the court as Exhibit 2 for this hearing is the certificate of announcement of Phoebe Harless for the office of County Commission for the 2010 election. She identifies her magisterial district as District 3, which we intend to prove is the same magisterial district for the residents of Mr. Vance. Again, it is also signed by her under oath as affirming that she's eligible and qualified to hold the office. The next exhibit that I will tender to the court is a certified copy of an election filing by Mr. Vance for his 2000 election. When he initially ran, simply note on the first page, the court will see that he identifies his office as County Commission and his district that he is running from as Jefferson. The court will see from the records that follow that Jefferson is actually the name of the tax district, but it is within the boundaries, it's part of the Magisterial District 3. The next exhibit that I would tender to the court is a certified copy of the County Commission's order book. The pertinent portion that I'd like to bring the court's attention to is, first of all, you'll note that it is a regular session of the County Commission of Lincoln County.